I'm going to get started here. I've got a little PowerPoint presentation that I put together, and so if you can flip it to the next slide here. So we're going to do a little Customer Cup trivia, and it's the I-95 edition. And so if you recall last year, when I say last year, it was actually 2018, the Customer Cup spent the entire year on an A321T flying between Kennedy and LA. LA won it in the first quarter, Kennedy won it in the second quarter. LA won it in the third quarter, Kennedy won it in the fourth quarter. And then Kennedy won the Champions Cup as well. And this year, the Cup spent all of its time running up and down I-95. And so on the next slide, you can see there's a bunch of cities along I-95. And I'm going to throw some pretty weak clues out there and let you guess who the cities were. The four cities that won it in the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. So if you could flip to the next slide here. This is the first clue. So the first quarter was the winning city, and I put up here the football fans best known for their sportsmanship. And this is 1968, right? It's only gotten worse since '68, right? They're heaving snowballs at Santa at a football game. Anybody know what city this is? Philadelphia. Pretty much a unanimous. So very good. The city of brotherly love somehow won the Customer Cup in the first quarter. So anyway, that's Jim's city, by the way, and he told me I could do this.
I know.
Keys and ID are in my pocket, Jim. But anyway, Philly's got a really good thing going right now. They've had a tremendous year in Philadelphia in 2019. So congrats to your team, Jim, for what happened there. Okay, let's move on to the second quarter. I think a lot of you in this room know I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and this is my shameless Chiefs plug here. So did I hear some clapping for the Chiefs? All right. Here, you get an airplane. Give this to Paul. Now everybody's a Chiefs fan, right? So the Chiefs, if you watched the Super Bowl, and I hope all of you did, the Chiefs came back in that game. They were losing for a big chunk of that game, and came back at the very end and won in the fourth quarter. However, the city that hosted the Super Bowl won the Customer Cup in the second quarter. Miami, very good. So J.C. Lascano and his team in Miami, they're also had a really, really nice year with things in Miami. So congrats to them. All right, now let's move on to the third quarter. So the team that won the World Series, last year overcame some sign stealing, cheating, if you don't mind me saying that. So the city that won the Customer Cup is not Houston. No. They were the cheaters, just to make that all clear. So who was the city that won the World Series? Washington. And Radney Robertson and his team at DCA had a fantastic third quarter. And as I mentioned up here, they didn't have to steal anything to win this cup. They did it all on their own. Although JC might argue that they came down and stole the cup, they didn't. So congrats to Radney and his team for the third quarter. And that moves us to the fourth quarter. This should be pretty simple here. Oh, wow, look at that. I didn't notice that last night when we were at the restaurant having dinner that the top of the Empire State Building changed. But this 10-time winning city won the fourth quarter Customer Cup and also is nicknamed the home of the Customer Cup. What city is that? New York. Can we be a little more specific? Yeah! So congratulations. Now, how do we win it? We're going to jump into some more serious stuff here for just a second. So how do you win the Customer Cup? There's really 5 things that it boils down to. One is your on-time departures, or D0. And if you go back and look at really our entire year for 2019, it's the best D0 that the city's ever had. Secondly, efficiently turning airplanes, or your T0. Same thing. It was the best T0 performance in the history of the station. And one that really stands out is the MBR, the baggage handling. We had a phenomenal year. We broke our station record, all-time station record in October. And then, is Valerie in here? No Valerie today, but we turned around and broke that record again in November. So just an awesome year with baggage handling. And that really is a trend that's been going on for several years now. So well done by everybody whose hands go on a bag. And then the other piece of it, customer complaints and customer recommendations, had a phenomenal year there also. So 2019 was just a spectacular year. And if you think about it, 2018, we won the Customer Cup twice, and we had an even better year in 2019. So pretty amazing job. Oh, and there's one other thing. We won the Cargo Cup as well in the fourth quarter. So, yeah. So to Tiz and his team over at Cargo and all the men and women on the ramp that handle the cargo, put it on the airplanes, take it off. Fantastic job in the fourth quarter. Now I'd like to introduce my boss, Mr. Jim Bozes.
Wow. Congratulations. Looking around, there are a lot of familiar faces, and I have to also say that we didn't win a Customer Cup when I was at JFK. I think it was the quarter after, but really, congratulations to the team. This is truly like coming back home. And when I found out that I was going to have the opportunity to be associated with JFK again, I couldn't have been more thrilled. For many of you, some of you that are new, maybe didn't realize that I actually led the customer care team here from 2003 to the end of 2006. And I was sharing with someone a while ago, when I got here, this didn't look like it looks today. That when I got here back in 2003, we were in the old Terminal 8 and Terminal 9 that weren't even connected. We had to go outside and walk along the sidewalk to get between the two terminals. So I see some folks shaking their head, remembering those days. But it is really great to be back. It's great to be back in JFK. What is sort of ironic about coming to JFK is because, Mike and Philly and the JFK team have had this rivalry with Philadelphia. And, I said it was just ironic that the first city that I get to come to and help present the Customer Cup was to JFK. And they beat out Philly. And, in the fourth quarter of 19, I was still in Philly. So you guys, you just did tremendous work, and you continue to do tremendous work. So I'm incredibly proud of that. It's great to see everyone again, and great to be back in New York. Mike mentioned some stats, and I would be remiss if I did not sort of, he went over them kind of quickly, and these are like incredibly impressive. And I just want to sort of mention a few others that I think we should all be really proud of. The lounge, right? The flagship lounge, voted the best airport lounge. Pretty incredible, right? And we were up against a lot of airport lounges, so a big thanks to the premium services team. But, Mike, we talked about exceeding all of our quarterly goals, but, our MBR was 6.5, which was better than the standard of 7.0. Customer feedback, as you mentioned, just was at 80%. It's like way better than the standard. Turn in our dependability, exceeding goal, again. Departure dependability, D0, as you mentioned, exceeding goal. And this is like an important one, is our overall satisfaction rate with our customers was, exceeded goal again. We achieved 101%, 101.6. So you blew past the goal on customer satisfaction. And why that's so important is this year we are really focused on likelihood to recommend, right? And if our customers that fly on us are likely to recommend us to family and friends. And that is a big component of that, is overall satisfaction. And what drives that is, we really believe what drives likelihood to recommend is first delivering a great product and being, sort of taking care of our customers, but also, departing on time, turning airplanes on time, and doing all the things that JFK does incredibly well. And that is what's going to propel us into the future. 2020 is going to be a great year. I truly believe that we are off, as this airline, we are off to a great year in 2020. I could not be more proud to be part of the team and be back here supporting all of you as we continue to deliver great work here at JFK. So, I saw that football slide, but the Eagles won the NFC East Championship in 2019, Mike.
The Chiefs didn't have to grease their telephone poles for their celebration to keep people up.
But we also, let's also not forget that in 2018, JFK won the Champions Cup, right?
Correct.
And are in the running for the Champions Cup, which will be, which we're going to award on April 14th.
Yeah.
So, all those I-95 cities that Mike mentioned are in the running now for the Champions Cup, which includes Miami and DCA and JFK and Philadelphia. So we will see some of the team down in Dallas on the 14th and see who's the winner and see if JFK brings back-to-back Champions Cup. So congratulations again. It's great to be here to help present the Customer Cup today to a very, very well-deserved team and a team that works incredibly well together. And as I shared last night with some folks, these awards, this doesn't come by one department or one team just working really well. This comes because we work incredibly well together. Congratulations, Mike and Team JFK.